Meal planning, it's not about discipline, it's about decisions when we really think about it. So think about it this way. There's three key food decisions throughout the entire day that screw up your entire week, which bleeds into the rest of your month and year, causes decision fatigue and waking up making the wrong type of decisions because it's just how the brain works, right? It's like an energy vampire. Think of it that way. It just sucks the life out of you, basically. So think about this scenario. You've worked during the day, say you're working a full-time job, gig jobs, hybrid, whatever situation, or you're a full-time caregiver for children, grandparents, whatever it may be, right? You've made maybe 117 decisions throughout the entire day before noon, we'll call it. Now, by dinner, your brain, it's completely fried. It's done. You don't want to think through what the dinner decision is going to be, right? The most asked question across the world, I'd want to say, is what's for dinner? And that question sucks because that's the last thing we want to figure out around that dinner time decision making. So, food, it just kind of feels like one more thing to figure out, essentially. Now, check it out. There's three decisions, as I mentioned, right? The first one comes down to breakfast. Now, breakfast chaos is deciding on the fly, right? This morning, perfect example of myself not following my own steps. I went to sleep last night really early. I was super tired. I didn't prep breakfast ahead of time, even though I knew it was going to be overnight oats. Just didn't do it. Didn't take action. This morning, I made a nice breakfast for myself and my wife. It was delicious. It's kind of like a cold, crappy day out, so it kind of hit extra hard, but it tanked like 30 minutes of my time. And now I'm filming this a little later in the day, right before I log on to my other job. And it's kind of going to suck the rest of my energy out a bit more than it would have if I had that overnight oats ready to go. Don't make the same mistake I do. Plan that meal ahead of time. Now, the second food decision that causes chaos during the week, when your lunch skips, when you skip lunch, you're going to have that 2 p.m. crash that we all feel often, and we chug like 3 extra cups of coffee or tea or whatever your vice is, a Monster drink or Red Bull or something like that. Skipping lunch is one of the worst things to do for your body, right? You need that little boost, especially something healthy if you can. Let's sit somewhere else, it's a little bright. To really fuel your day and the rest of your decision-making abilities, right? So don't skip lunch. Plan that ahead of time. Even if it's eating out for lunch, that's fine, but plan it. Understand what you're going to be eating. Ideally, something nutritious, whatever that means for you. Now, the third food decision that really tanks a lot during the week, it's when, think about it this way, dinner becomes ad hoc delivery. Awful decision right there. Now, planned delivery or takeout is 110% better. Because when you plan out delivery or takeout, so for instance, you might have heard me talk about before, every Wednesday night, my wife and I pretty much always do sushi takeout, and we watch the new episode of Survivor. No spoilers, please. I'm just starting to catch up on season 50. That right there, though, it's planning the takeout food. It's going to make it a much better option than if I were to order ad hoc delivery. My dog wants to say hello. But keep that in mind. That's a very important concept. Now, I've done a whole other video about the difference between planned delivery and takeout food, so you can dive deeper into that topic. I write about a lot on my newsletter as well. But regardless of those three food decisions, just understand it's not being lazy whatsoever, right? It's pure decision overload that leads to decision fatigue that just tanks the rest of your day, your evening, your next day because you sleep bad. If you order greasy pizza at night, ad hoc, you're going to sleep like shit. You're going to wake up feeling awful. You're not going to make a good decision. You're probably not going to hit your morning workout. You're not going to eat a good breakfast. It's just going to spill into the rest of your day and affect you personally and professionally, socially, all the above. Now, the real problem here, so it's really not the cooking, right? It's deciding. It's the decision process. Food decisions, they stack all day. As we've been talking about, those three food decisions, they just compound and make it worse and worse. The less you decide in advance, the worse it's going to be, the outcome, right? Because decision fatigue, it's going to kill that mental energy. almost completely. So always just lock onto this. I might say it a couple more times. You don't need discipline. You don't need more discipline. You don't need more white knuckled motivation. You need fewer decisions. You need to follow a system. The whole point of Meal Planning OS is to build a repeatable, simple system for meal planning that reduces decision fatigue. This is years of experience I've had cooking in the Coast Guard, 300,000 plus meals planned. I know what I'm talking about here. I've done it on a large scale. You can do it at a smaller scale. Now, I write about this every week in my newsletter. You can sign up for free. I'll link it down below for you. But now the system and the framework I'm going to give you here to take away today is a simple 10-minute Sunday reset. Sit down for 10 minutes. For me, it's 10 minutes. For you, it might be 30 minutes. Whatever it takes, it's going to save you at least 5 to 10 hours a week. You're going to sit down 10 minutes on Sunday. You're going to plan out your week ahead. That's step one. You're going to figure out if you got a hibachi dinner planned with work Thursday night, you're not going to worry about making dinner for that night. If you've got to take your kids to soccer practice one day after work, don't worry about that as much as you would otherwise. Make it a really easy, foolproof meal. Maybe it's a freezer meal option, something like that. I'm not going to get too heavy into the details. I talked about this on some other videos. That's just some parts of this system, right? So you're going to plan your week ahead. You're going to figure out what meals you're cooking. You're going to figure out how many people you're serving. If it's just you in your house, if it's a couple people, if you've got a family, it depends on the variation. Then you're going to build your grocery list. You can use my grocery list blueprint. I've got that link down there too for you if you haven't used it already. But what it is it makes it an easier way to put your groceries on autopilot every week. That's something, I used to do with $250,000 worth of groceries, food inventory for a 6-month deployment at a very large scale. But I've taken it down and made it very concise and simple for an at-home use. The system works if you follow it. It makes it simple. It makes it so you can just plug and play every week, essentially. So that's what you're going to do this coming Sunday. Or another day if you need to. That's fine. But sit down and plan ahead and start small. Very baby steps. So you can start with just breakfast. Or you can start with just one breakfast. Whatever it may be, just to start chipping away at it. So think about when you work out, right? You don't lift 500 pounds on a bench press or squat 700 pounds on the first go, or you'll break your body. Same concept here. You don't want to break the system before you even begin. So baby steps here throughout. Now, key takeaway for you guys. Fewer food decisions equals more energy. Simple systems, it's going to beat the guesswork involved, right? When the food is handled, your brain, it relaxes. You can think better. You have more focus, more clarity. You sleep better. You wake up feeling better. Everything else falls in line. Now, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and watch this video next.